It's trying to load up. There it goes.
I bet I could change the odds. I bet I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
What's up, everybody? I'm Parlay Joe. I'm your host today. This is Gritty Gamblers, and I'm accompanied by none other than Matt Casa. What is up, everybody? How you doing, Matt?
How you doing, Parlay Joe? I'm doing good, man. It's been about a week now, man. Hey, man, I saw the short we did last week. They put up on our debate about the best conference and the best division in the NFL, man. We've been jumping, man. We've been doing good. All right. What you looking at for Thursday night, Parlay Joe?
Thursday night, I got a couple bets, so I'm getting a little gritty with it, and I'm going first touchdown again. We're going with T.J. Hawkinson tonight, though, so let's pray that we get something good going there. And I really think I saw on my fantasy app that Philly is 32nd against tight ends, so that has me hyped up a little bit there. That's kind of why
Hunter Henry got in the end zone for him last week, too.
Hunter Henry got in the end zone last week. It's plus 1,200. T.J. Hawkinson to score the first touchdown. I am so ecstatic about that play. I think that is just alarming that it is so big. It's also plus 220 maybe
So, yeah,
right now
I
for
got
him to score any, but
20
we'll
for
get
any
into
kind of
that.
touchdowns.
Yes. What was that again? Sorry.
I got that plus 220 for any time touchdown. I'm on T.J. Hawkinson scoring tonight as well. I think he should be able to get in the end zone.
I agree. I'm going to try to hit that live. I don't have it on my book currently, but sometimes I can get it live. But how do you feel about the overall game? Who do you think wins this one?
So, yeah, I know we were talking earlier. Looks like we're, me and Parlay Joe, we always have at least one game we teeter toss on, and looks like this is going to be one of them. Because of FanDuel, I got the alt spread on the Eagles. The spread was sitting around -6.5. I got that -4.5, which with the boost from FanDuel, I got that plus 109, which there was a 50% odds boost from FanDuel. That's my main play for tonight. I'm at Eagles -4.5. They won by 5 versus the Patriots. By 5 again versus the Vikings. But at home, I really think it's going to be hard. Kirk Cousins in primetime games. We had him as a quarterback in Washington for a while. It doesn't matter where he is. He doesn't do that well in primetime games. It's what Kirk Cousins does. So I think overall tonight, Darius Slay, I'm not saying he's going to lock down Justin Jefferson, but he's going to be on it, especially because their second corner is injured. So he might shadow tonight for all we know. Like I read something, Sean Desai, when he was with the Bears, he used Jalen Johnson to shadow Justin Jefferson on between like 60 to 89% of snaps. So with that being said, I definitely think Slay might follow Justin Jefferson around tonight, especially off the performance he had against him last year. He had 2 picks on Kirk Cousins last year in prime time guarding Justin Jefferson. So I really think the Eagles should win tonight, if not because their offense, because their defense is really good. I mean, their defense won them the game versus New England last week, in my opinion.
So I'm gonna have to disagree. Unfortunately, I can nod my head yes all I want, but I really like what I see with Minnesota. I think it's an overreaction, week 2 overreaction. Minnesota didn't win, probably should have won. Philly won, probably should have lost. I like the value here. I like the plus money. I'm going with Minnesota to win straight up. And as Parlay Joe, as my name says, I got to parlay it with something.
Come on, Parlay Joe. We don't. Yeah, come on now.
We're taking the over. It's going down. Not really what we want to see, but we're still rolling with it because we still got the money. And I like it. I think they're going to score a lot of points. I mean, TJ's going to score. I've seen a lot of people taking touchdown bets. I mean, Minnesota.
A lot of people on Alexander Madison tonight too.
Madison. A lot of people are high on Madison. His over rushing yards. I'm pretty sure I'm going against him in one of my fantasy leagues. So not exactly sure about
I will
that.
tell you this: I wouldn't be too worried about his rushing yards with Madison. It'd be really him receiving out of
Scoring
the
a touchdown.
backfield. Well, he might
Receiving
score,
yards?
but that's what I'm saying. His receiving might be bad just because the front seven for the Eagles, they're very good at stopping the run. But like you can always catch a defense on a quick screen pass, a quick out pass, something out and get him in space. That's how that Madison scored, if I'm not mistaken, last week when he was versus the Bucks.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and move on to college football. We're back week 3. Not the best slate, but we do have football back.
Parlay Joe, before we get into our plays, I think we should talk about what's going on with this Colorado State game, man. Well,
I like it.
honestly, this is the first week is going to be hard for me to bet on Colorado. I've taken Colorado back-to-back weeks, and they've been, in my opinion, the number one cash cow in college football. The public, and the reason why I say this is because the public has made money on Colorado, not just us.
Exactly.
But the public has made money on Colorado. They look like they are one of the most bet-on teams the past 2 weeks, and they not only did they win money line week 1, they covered the spread week 2.
And they killed Vegas books week 2.
Yeah. Because people thought everyone was on the brat. Everyone was saying they were. Let's just say the books wanted you to take Nebraska.
Yeah, I took them. I fell for
it. What'd you say?
I said I took them. I fell for it, but.
Oh yeah, Shadur, man, come on, man. We believe, man. Let's just put it this way: I didn't double down on Colorado last Saturday. I tripled down. I had him in a straight, I had him in a lay, and I had him in another lay. So, afternoon college football, I know I wasn't here on Monday, so just to get a quick in it. Shout out Notre Dame. Y'all did your jobs. We appreciate you. Shout out every team that did their jobs, man. Shout out, man. We hit good on them in the morning and then Saturday on the afternoon. Tulane, though, screw 'em. I'm not going to curse, but screw 'em.
I like it. I mean, I will say right now, there's looks like a little bit of sharp money on Colorado State.
I mean, the spread's huge for a Colorado spread. It's the first time they've been a 20-plus favorite this season.
Yeah, but I think with the comments today from Colorado State's head coach, that upset Dion. I saw Dion talk about it.
You saw what Shiloh said, right?
What did he say?
Charlie was on Pat McAfee today, and he said, "Man, why do they keep doing this to themselves? They all want, man. They just gotta keep talking." And then he says, "My dad's a nice guy, man. My dad's a nice guy."
That's what Dion was saying. Dion said that he was talking to the players. He said, "I don't know why they keep doing this. They had to keep talking about it. We don't talk about nobody. We just go do our job." And they just gave us ammunition. And
it might be a route. It's. I know it's a 10:30. It's a night game on Saturday night. So, for me, it might be the first week I don't bet on Colorado, especially because I want to see how this week goes. Because the next 2 weeks for Colorado are their biggest games of the season. They're playing Oregon and USC back-to-back weeks. So, if they somehow win one of those games,
they have to go to Oregon.
Yeah, they do go to Oregon. They go to Eugene.
So I don't think they come out of Eugene with a win. I'm gonna be honest.
Honestly, I think Bo Nix might be in a mode. Yeah, maybe.
I think Bo Nix might get a bunch of Heisman.
I'll say this: I might take them to beat up USC with that USC defense.
Yeah, I think Colorado would beat USC.
I think this Colorado team can beat USC.
I've had that marked down for a while, and I've been told I was crazy, but USC,
if they beat Oregon, though, the hype is going to be insane. The hype is going to be insane if they beat Oregon.
I don't think they'll beat Oregon. Oregon has a good defense. Colorado
lost to Texas Tech.
Almost, but they didn't.
I mean, you're right. Almost only counts in horseshoes, but it was like a 1-point game. It was a weird game. I remember watching that game.
Hey, I did too. So great teams win. I mean, good teams win, but great teams cover. And Oregon found a way to cover once again after blowing out Portland State like 80-something to whatever.
Oh, yeah, it was like 81-0, 81-7, something like that.
It was bad.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what are your plays for the week, Parlay Joe?
So my plays for the week for NCAA or for college or
Yeah, college.
college. All right, all right. So I'm watching Wyoming. It went up. I don't really like that, so Texas might blow them out. But tonight, I would say look at Navy. If it goes up higher than 13 and a half, just don't touch it.
Oh yeah, that Navy Memphis game, right?
Yeah, Navy Memphis.
It's on
They're
ESPN too, so that's a primetime game.
yeah, it's on ESPN. Memphis is undefeated at home. I think Memphis will pull it out, but I mean,
I don't know if they'll cover, is what you're saying exactly.
yeah, exactly. So I've noticed a bunch of teams kind of like shoot up uh, after week 2, and then their lines stop coming back down. One in particular is Illinois versus Penn State. Um, Last time Penn State and Illinois played, it went into 9 overtimes. Uh, I I just feel like it's gonna be a tough game for Penn State. I mean, I think it's gonna be their first like tough road game of the season for sure.
Big Ten play too.
West Virginia was nothing. I'm pretty sure. I think it was at home too for West
Oh
Virginia.
yeah, Drew Allard looked good that game.
Yeah, but I think Illinois they still have a pretty good defense, even though they lost their defensive coordinator. Who got a head coaching job, but I like what they're doing. They still got Brett, so
So for what I was looking at for college football, there's 3 quick plays. I was looking at 2 games that are pretty close. Would be the Tennessee Florida game and then the Kansas State Missouri game. I'm looking at both those games. The Kansas State game is kind of similar to what Parlay Joe was mentioning. How the line is kind of iffy on it. It started out a little higher. But
yeah,
as we learned with the Jags and Colts game last week, we can't always just trust the line moving because we saw the line for that game came down with the Jags and Colts game it went from like I said, it started at like 4.5 minus 5.5. It came down to minus 3.5, almost minus
yeah.
2.5.
It came down, and I just
No, trust me.
interception,
I
interception.
said take the Jags, but I took Colts too when I on money, just when I was watching the line on you. Like I hedged that game because I saw that movement. So I
Yeah.
didn't really make much on it anyways.
I should have hedged it, but I didn't. I parlayed it with something.
but yeah, and bringing that up, I think Kansas State should be able to go into Missouri this week and take care of business. The line was at minus 3.5 at minus 120. I took that line. I think it's a good line. It might move from now until Saturday. Obviously, injuries, stuff like that can happen. For example, people didn't know from Tulane Michael Pratt was going to be out till day before. People knew he was hurt, but they didn't know he was going to miss the game for Tulane. And now that line moved 6 games from the old Tulane Ole Miss game last week. So I don't think there's going to be as many significant injuries in this game. So I think Kansas State, that line should be decent. The other game I was looking at was, as I mentioned, Tennessee, Florida. I'm liking the alt on that. Tennessee minus 4.5 at minus 148. It's a great parlay builder type bet. It's not something you'd want to bet by itself, obviously, but it's something you'd want to throw in as almost like a lock type play. Because I think Joe Milton and Tennessee, they have enough talent to where they should, in SEC East play, I think they should be able to beat Florida.
Yeah, I like that you said 4.5 because I'm definitely hitting Florida 8. I'm trying to buy the points up to get to 8. I think it's a touchdown game. I don't see it not being a touchdown game. I think when it comes down to being 21-21, Heupel's just a better coach at the end of the day, so he'll figure it out.
He'll scheme a way to get Joe Milton into making good plays.
Yeah, and from what I've been told by the Tennessee fans, Milton has not thrown an interception at Tennessee, so they don't see him throwing one this week. So.
And then one play I looked at, it's a play in my state, so I can't really find a good price on it. But I did like Liberty money line. They're playing an 0-2 Buffalo team who just lost to an FCS school, where Buffalo does not look good this year. And Liberty, they have talent. I remember Parlay Joe was bringing up to me how he just reminded me they brought in the South Carolina coach to be their head coach over there now. Liberty's looked good this year, and I think they should be able to hold that money line, especially because the spread was at -3, so -3.5. So it wasn't that far of a spread.
Yeah, so another game I'm watching, but the line's a little, not a little, really sketchy. Is Mississippi State plus 9.5. It started at plus 7.5, but it jumped up, and then it's kind of coming back down a little bit.
Yeah, they
Uh,
play LSU, right?
yeah, they play LSU, but it's at Mississippi State. I really like what Mississippi State's doing. That they actually have one of the best running backs right now, or he might. Yeah, he leads the SEC in rushing yards. I'm pretty sure, but he's really good. I've seen some of his play. Very underrated. They got a couple other guys. I know they lost their head coach last year. Rest in peace. But I really like their addition with the defensive coordinator coming in. I'm pretty sure is what they did. I think that's what they did. But he seems pretty serious. I've watched his post game interview, first game. He likes what the guys are doing. He knows when they're making mistakes. So he knows how to coach, and he's doing the right thing there. I mean, they are undefeated. LSU is not. So
I will say LSU did play Florida State.
yeah, I know they played Florida State, but they got their heinies kicked by
You're not
Florida.
wrong. You're not wrong. Don't get me. But like, let's not act like they didn't play a top 3 team in the nation right now. Top 4 team.
I think they are 3 now. No, they are 3. But yeah, I think Mississippi State might cover that. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I didn't fully look at that game, but like you said, it really depends on the line movement fully to see how that is. Those SEC games can be swamp fest, and that might be no different.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to shout out, just get a quick thing is I did have a 3 quick leg NFL parlay. I wanted to ask your opinion on it for this weekend for the Sunday games.
Yeah.
I like the Packers at plus 1.5, Bucks money line and Bengals money line. All together, it's plus 407. Bucks are going to be playing that Bears team coming to play them in that Tampa Bay Heat. The only play I'm really iffy on is the Packers going to Atlanta. Besides that, I really think both the Bengals are going to be in get back mode playing Baltimore. I really think the Bengals are going to be in
I
full
think
revenge mode.
I, I like the Bengals in that one. That one's one that I've looked at, and I like that one. You said you have Tampa.
Yeah, I have Tampa money line. I really like Tampa's setup going with the Bears having to come to Tampa in that Tampa Bay Heat. Yeah, I like Tampa in that game.
That one, I don't know. I might stay away from that game. And then what was the third one you said?
The first one was the Packers plus 1.5. I will say it depends on if Aaron Jones plays. If Aaron Jones doesn't play,
I like how Jordan Love played. I saw Aaron Jones is out. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
well, he's questionable.
Oh, he's questionable.
Yeah, he hasn't practiced, but they said the injury was technically kind of minor. So I do think they are resting him. It comes down to the Friday and Saturday practice reports for him. If Aaron Jones is a go, I think the Packers have enough to win that game because the Falcons are talented, but the Packers, people forget this team was not. Aaron Rodgers was a lot of this team when he was there, yes, but this Packers defense was pretty loaded, and they have pretty decent lines on both sides of the trenches. So, I mean, the Packers, they have talent. It wasn't just all Aaron Rodgers. So I think the Packers will be able to compete, especially with Jordan Love looking the way he did, as you said.
Yeah, Jordan Love did look pretty good. I do like the defense for Atlanta, though. I really like what they got going on.
Jesse Bates looked devious when he was playing against Bryce Young.
Yeah. And I like they got some corners over there too that they got the previous years too that I really like.
Oh, AJ Terrell's over there. Yeah. Did you have anything for NFL on Sunday at all?
Not yet. Um, I haven't really got that deep into NFL. Um,
I just wanted to get those in because I didn't know if we were
I
going to have a
see
show.
Tennessee is plus money again. Plus, and so they got the plus
So
3.
I looked at that game.
Yeah.
I think it depends on if Eckler plays in that. I hate bringing up running backs, but Eckler might. I think Eckler's missing that game, and if Eckler misses that game, I think Tennessee's covering potentially.
Yeah, I think Tennessee will cover no matter what. Honestly, from what I've seen, Eckler's been out all week, so
I think he's missing the game. That's my point. I agree with you. I think Eckler's missing.
I think he's gonna miss it. But is there any other you're looking at?
I mean, those were the quick ones I had. I know I did have a crazy. I mentioned it earlier. it was a no sweat bet for FanDuel. Shout out FanDuel. We love you, FanDuel. We love you, Vegas. We got to get the shows out. Vegas got to know we love them. But
We need the Vegas gods on our side this week. So
that's why. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we love you, Vegas. Like
we love you.
Don't
We
hate
love you, Vegas.
But no, I did put in. I mentioned earlier I have a touchdown parlay with. I like Hawkinson to get in today. I like Hurts to rush because with Gainwell out, they're gonna have Swift and Penny. I don't know if Hurts is gonna trust them in the red zone versus just taking it in himself.
Yeah. I think he was taking it himself. He's known for taking it in himself too. So
yeah. And then the last one I have is I think Smitty gets into the end zone for the second week in a row because I think teams are going to be on to. I really think this is going to be Smitty's year because teams saw how AJ Brown looked last year with the Eagles. Teams are sending so much more coverage his way this year. He's getting open, but when you, for example, on the same deep shots he's taking last year, from that were the same as last year. You're seeing 2-3 guys in his area to where you can't just full out bomb it towards the right. You can't. So, with that said, I think Smitty gets in tonight on some quick red zone dime play, just like he did versus the Patriots. I think he's going to get quick. He's their best overall route runner, Smitty. So it's like,
oh, by far,
yeah,
I just have AJ Brown at in my fantasy team. So
I'll tell you, the last play on that wasn't a touchdown. On that parlay was AJ Brown over 75 yards. I think he breaks loose this game. I just don't think he scores. But it's because they send so much. Let's just say they send so much his way that the way he breaks loose is over the middle routes, which is he's so good at. Which he's gonna run like a crosser, like a deep crosser, like towards like a 20-yard, 15-yard route, or right in the middle. That those are his routes, and I think he'll hit on like enough of those to get over his yards play. But I don't see him getting into the end zone. But if it's a PPR league, you'd be blessed because that's 7 to 8 catches probably because they're going to be able to throw on his Vikings team more than they're going to be able to run. Brian Flores' run defense has looked pretty well like he did last week versus the Bucs.
exactly.
Well, all right, Parlay Joe.
You hear me?
Yeah,
Time to hit the theme music.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Whenever I bet, I can change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.